Okay, Hare Krishna. Welcome to the session on Mukunda-Mālā-Stotra. We have been discussing about the shlokas that explain sense control. We discussed shloka number 20, right? Yeah, shloka number 20, where Kulshekar Alvar talks about engaging all our senses in Krishna Bhakti. So the shloka number 20, 22, 23, and then there is one more shloka. There are few shlokas in Mukunda-Mālā-Stotra that explain the essential practice of engaging all the physical and mental faculties in the service of Sri Krishna. To achieve spiritual perfection, how we can engage all our mental and spiritual faculties in the service of Krishna. Karmana, manasa, vachasa. Our actions, body and mind. Our body, mind and words, BMW. Whatever we do with our bodily limbs, whatever we speak with our tongue, whatever we think in our mind, if we engage all of this, if we engage all these faculties, physical and mental faculties, in the service of Sri Krishna, then we will achieve perfection, spiritual perfection. Kulshekar Alvar tells that how each sense must be purified by redirecting its natural inclination or proclivity towards the sacred activities. Such as using the tongue in glorifying the Lord and engaging the ears in hearing Harikatha. So like that, we have to engage all our senses in the service of Sri Krishna. Otherwise, the uncontrolled senses are compared to dangerous or useless objects. Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, right? A controlled mind is our best friend, and uncontrolled mind is our worst enemy. So like that, all the senses also, uncontrolled senses are compared to dangerous and useless objects. And during the discussion, not last week, but the week before, during that discussion, we also learned that the true devotion or the proper way of engaging our senses is not the negation of the desire. The solution is not to discard or reject the desires, but engaging Shabdam, Sparsham, Rupam, Rasam, Gandham in worshipping Sri Krishna. We have five senses, five knowledge acquiring senses: Shabdam, Sparsham, Rupam, Rasam, Gandham. The sense of hearing, the sense of touch, the sense of seeing, the sense of smelling, and the sense of tasting. Shabdam, Sparsham, Rupam, Rasam, Gandham. So the solution is not to discard the desire, but engaging all these faculties in worshipping Sri Krishna. And this is the only way to conquer the heart of Sri Krishna. So we discussed this shloka from Mukunda-Mālā-Stotra, shloka number 20. Jihve kirtaya keshavam muraripum cheto bhaja sridharam panidvandva samarchaya chutakatah shrotradvayatvam shrunu Krishnam lokaya lochanadvaya harer gacchangri-yugmalayam Jigragrana Mukunda-Pada Tulasi Murdhanna-madokshajam. So today we will discuss the next shloka. This was shloka number 20. Now we'll discuss the next shloka. But before we discuss next shloka, there is something beautiful that I want to discuss. So we have different avatars of the Lord. We have Krishna, Rama, Vishnu, Narayana, Narsimha, Matsya Kurma Varaha Vamana. All the Dashavatarās or the 26 avatars or the unlimited avatars. And there is Brahma and Shiva, who are the Devatas. There's Indra, Agni, Varuna, Vayu. And there are ordinary jivas like all of us. So there is a category or classification of qualities, how different avatars possess different numbers of qualities. Ordinary jivas like all of us, we possess 50 distinct qualities. Qualities like compassion, beauty. So qualities like that, we possess 50 qualities. And then Brahma, Shiva, not Brahma actually, Brahma possesses less than Shiva. So Shiva possesses 55 qualities. 55 qualities. And then Vishnu or Narayana possess 60 qualities. Even Ramachandra also possess 60 qualities. But only Krishna Avatara is Paripurna Avatara. In Krishna Avatara, Krishna possesses 64 qualities. That's complete. The prominent qualities are 64. There are Anantam, there are many more qualities which are infinite Anantam. But the primary qualities are 64. And the list of these 64 qualities is given in a book called Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, written by Rupa Goswami. If you go to vedabase.io, you will find that book. Just like how you go to Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam on Vedabase website, you can also find Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Nectar of Devotion. There you will find 64 qualities. Evam gunas chaturbedas chatushashtir udarataha. 64 qualities are described, divided into these 4 categories. So what are these 4 special qualities that only Krishna possesses? Let's take a look at that. So there's a beautiful shloka. So this is a beautiful shloka that describes those 4 extraordinary or special qualities. Or you can call these 4 qualities as 4 weapons. These are the 4 weapons of Sri Krishna, which he uses to attack on the devotees so that the devotees will be attracted to him. So Krishna attacks and devotees get attracted. So there is an attack and attract. So the shloka goes like this. Leela premna priyadhikyam madhuryam venurupayo ityasadharana proktam govindhasya chatushtayam. Either you can sing like that, or you can just sing like just like Bhagavad Gita, Vishnu Sahasranama-Stotra, Shlokas, Anushtup Chanda. Leela premna priyadhikyam madhuryam venurupayoh ityasadharanam proktam govindasya chatushtayam. The unique pastimes, the extraordinary love of his dearmost devotees, the sweetness of his flute, the unparalleled beauty of his form, these four are declared to be the extraordinary excellences of Govinda, Krishna. So what are the four qualities? Leela, his beautiful leelas, ecstatic leelas, especially the leelas that are performed in Vrindavan. Krishna performs different leelas in different places. There are some leelas that are performed in Vrindavan, some leelas in Dwaraka and Mathura. But the leelas that are performed in Vrindavan, they are so special. Especially the Balya leelas, they are so special. So Leela Madhurya, there is Leela Madhuri, Prema Madhuri, Venu Madhuri and Rupa Madhuri. So these four together, they are called Chatushtayam. These are the four weapons that Krishna uses to attack on the devotees, so that the devotees will be attracted to him. Leela Madhuri, sweetness of pastimes. Prema Madhuri, sweetness of the unconditional, unparalleled, unalloyed love of devotees. Like gopis. The love of gopis for Krishna, that is Prema Madhuri. Venu Madhuri. When Krishna plays Venu, it melts the stones. And the sages who are meditating for thousands of years, they get attracted to his Venu Nadam. Their meditation is disturbed and they get attracted to the beautiful Venu Nadam of Krishna. Rupa Madhuri, Krishna's beautiful form. Everybody is attracted. Even Krishna personally is attracted to himself. The Leelas performed by Krishna. So we have these four things: Leela Madhuri, Prema Madhuri, Venu Madhuri, Rupa Madhuri. These four are the special qualities that only Krishna possesses. Like we never see Ramachandra playing flute. We never see Ramachandra playing the special leelas like Krishna performing Balya leelas in Vrindavan. We don't see that in Rama Avatar. And even when Krishna performs extraordinary leelas like lifting Govardhana hill, there is a different rasa in it. There is a madhurya rasa in it. Whereas when other avatars like Narsimha Avatara, Rama Avatara, Parshuram, Varaha, Matsya Kurma, Vamana, etc., when Bhagavan performs leelas in those avatars, we only see Aishwarya Bhava in that. But when Krishna performs leelas, we see both Aishwarya and Madhurya. Like for example, Govardhanodharana Leela. When Krishna lifts Govardhana Parvata, it is definitely Aishwarya. Aishwarya means his strength, his opulence. One of the opulences is extraordinary power, the strength. So with his left hand pinky finger, Krishna lifts Govardhana Parvata for 7 days and 7 nights. But there is a Madhurya Rasa. When Krishna is performing this Leela, there is a Madhurya Rasa. All the Gopa boys who are standing below that, they are also holding hand, they're also trying to lift the Govardhana hill like this. And after 7 days and 7 nights, the boys tell Krishna that, oh Krishna, it was because of us the Govardhana Parvata was standing like that. We were actually, all of us, we were helping you. You were just holding your, you're just holding your pinky finger like this. But it's not actually you who was lifting the Govardhana hill. So we were doing the heavy lifting, and you were just, pretending. And Krishna is okay to hear this. In fact, Krishna wants to hear that only. If somebody goes and tells, Sahasra Shirsha Purusa Sahasraksha Sahasrapat, Krishna doesn't like that. In Vrindavan, Krishna doesn't like to be glorified like that. He might even close his ears when somebody is reciting Purusha Suktam. But when somebody is saying that, oh Krishna, we were helping you. When you were trying to lift Govardhana Parvat, it was not possible. You could not do it, and we were helping you. So this is Madhurya Rasa. And we have seen during the episode of how Krishna was playing a hockey game and hide and seek, how Krishna was getting defeated, and Krishna likes to be defeated, only to show that only to show the intimacy, the Sakhya Bhava of the Gopa boys. So this is Leela Madhuri. So when other avatars perform this different leelas like this, there is only Aishwarya. When Ramachandra, when he kills different demons, or when he shoots an arrow that pierces through the Patala Loka and comes back, it's an extraordinary strength. That is an exhibition of extraordinary strength. But during that episode in Ramayana, only Aishwarya Bhava is explained. Bhagavan's Aishwaryam is explained, not Madhuryam. Whereas when Krishna performs those leelas, it is Leela Madhuri. Second one is Prema Madhuryam. The unalloyed love, the Ananya, Mamata Prema of the gopis for Krishna. These gopis, they were married, they had children, but they left everything and came for Krishna. So these gopis represent the highest pinnacle of prema. In the ladder of bhakti, there are different stages. Atau Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Shraddha, Nishtha, Asakti, Ruchi, Bhava, Prema. There are 9 stages. These gopis, they are at the highest stage, Prema stage. Means spontaneous love and attraction for Krishna. As soon as they think about Krishna, as soon as they hear the name of Krishna, as soon as they see Krishna, as soon as they see any object related to Krishna, their hearts start melting. So this is prema, spontaneous love, raganuga bhakti. No, raga bhakti, not raganuga bhakti, raga bhakti. Raga means spontaneous love and attraction. Just like how a mother has raga for the child. As soon as the mother sees the child, mother or father, both, as soon as the parent sees the child, there is a spontaneous love. There is a spontaneous flow of emotions, feelings. It doesn't require any effort. It doesn't require any time. There's no gap. There's no time gap. Next, third one is Venu Madhuri. The Telugu text is not correct. It says Madhurakyam. It's Madhuriyam, Venu Madhuriyam. Okay? It's like how we have Leela Madhuriyam, Prema Madhuriyam, Venu Madhuriyam. Krishna Avatara is the only Avatara in which Krishna plays flute. No other Avataras, we don't see any other Avatara holding flute. So this is special, exclusive. Especially when Krishna plays flute in Panchamaswara. Krishna plays flute in different swaras, different notes of Carnatic, classical music ragas. When Krishna plays flute in Panchamaswara, that is for gopis. And in music there are seven notes. Sari, Gama, Pada, Ni, Sa. 7 notes. But there is the 8th note that is reserved for Radharani. When Krishna wants to call Radharani, he plays flute using that 8th Ashtamaswara. Rupa Madhuri. So Krishna possesses an ever fresh transcendental beauty that astonishes even Kamadeva, the god of love. That's why Krishna is called as Madana Mohana. Madana is the Cupid and Krishna is Mohan. Madana Mohana. With his beauty, with Krishna's beauty, he attracts even the most beautiful Kamadev, the Cupid. So these four things together, what are the 4 things again? Leela Madhuri, Prema Madhuri, Venu Madhuri, Rupa Madhuri. Rupa Madhuri, these 4 things. Okay, so let's repeat. Leela Madhuri, Prema Madhuri, Venu Madhuri, Rupa Madhuri. So let's recite that shloka also. लीला प्रेम्णा प्रियाधिक्यं माधुर्यं वेणुरूपयोः
लीला प्रेम्णा प्रियाधिक्यं माधुर्यं वेणुरूपयोः
इत्यसाधारणं प्रोक्तं गोविन्दस्य चतुष्टयम्
इत्यसाधारणं प्रोक्तं गोविन्दस्य चतुष्टयम्.
So these 4 are his weapons, Krishna's weapons to attack the devotees so that they will be attracted to Krishna. Govindasya Chatushtayam. The 4 special qualities that only Krishna possesses and not any other avatars.
Yeah, I think Prabhuji, we should have discussed when we discussed the Chorashtakam. These are his weapons.
Yes. Yeah, Krishna will put, we'll put all these four guns on our forehead, and then everything will be stolen. He will steal everything. Hmm. लीला प्रेम्णा प्रियाधिक्यं माधुर्यं वेणुरूपयो इत्यसाधारणं प्रोक्तं गोविन्दस्य चतुष्टयम्. So why are we discussing this shloka in the context of controlling senses from Mukunda-Mālā-Stotra? Because the Leela, we engage our ears in hearing Leela. We engage our heart and mind in meditating on Krishna and developing the prema, developing some emotions, feelings, ultimately prema for Krishna. And also Venu, we engage our ears to hear Venu Katha also, Krishna Katha, and there is Venu Katha. And we engage our eyes in looking at the beautiful form of Krishna. So in the context of engaging our eyes in looking at the beautiful form of Krishna, there is another very beautiful shloka. Let's look at that.
ChatGPTలో జస్ట్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద క్విక్కెస్ట్ వే టు గెట్ గాడ్ అంటే ఒక శ్లోకం చెప్పింది ప్రభుజీ. దయయా సర్వభూతేషు సంతుష్ట్యా ఏన కేనవ సర్వేంద్ర ఉపశాంత్య చ తుష్యతి అసు జనార్దన అంట. సో ఈ 3 things చేస్తే యూ కెన్ రీచ్ కృష్ణ క్విక్లీ అన్నప్పుడు 3 ways చెప్పారు ఈ శ్లోకంలో. వన్ ఆఫ్ ది వే ఈజ్ సర్వేంద్ర ఉపశాంతి, అంటే ఎంగేజింగ్ అవర్ సెన్సెస్ టు ఇన్ సర్వీస్ టు కృష్ణ చెప్తారు.
ఓకే, యా, బ్యూటిఫుల్.
భాగవతంలో 4th canto 31 and 19 శ్లోక, 31 chapter 19th శ్లోక అంటారు.
ఓకే, 4th canto
31 chapter 19th శ్లోక.
19th 4:31:19. Narada instructs the prachetas. Dayaya sarva bhuteshu santushtya ena kenava sarvendriyo pashantaya cha tushyatyashu janardanaha. By showing mercy to all living entities, being satisfied somehow or other, and restricting the senses from sense enjoyment, one can very quickly satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Janardana. Yes, that's what we discussed before you joined the call, actually. So I mentioned the same point, that I was doing a recap of what we discussed few days ago from Jihve Kirtaya Keshavam Muraripam. So I mentioned one sentence that this is the only way, that means by engaging all our senses in worshipping Krishna, this is the only way to conquer the heart of Krishna. This is the quickest and easiest method in conquering the heart of Krishna. So this is the shloka, 4th canto, 31st chapter, 19th shloka. Dayaya sarva bhuteshu santushta ena kenava sarvendriyo pashantaya cha tusyatyashu janardanaha.
Okay. Also read it in Into 2 also, Prabhuji, something similar I have read.
Yeah.
Prabhupada also written that we need a higher force. So our indriya will never be able to control whatever you do. Even if you want to do, you cannot focus upon anything. Your mind will always distract you because the 3 modes of nature are made for that. So the only way you can do is your hands, your eyes, everything should become Krishna conscious. And the way that you told the 4 weapons which Krishna is using for us, we should utilize those weapons, I think, now. And then that's how Prabhupada is saying we need a higher force to control these senses, and that higher force is Krishna consciousness. That's what Prabhupada writes in 2nd canto.
Okay, beautiful. Very nice. Yeah, so even though no matter how much effort we make to control the senses, with our own effort we cannot do that, because he is Hrishikesha, the controller of senses. Hrishika means senses. Isha is controller. Hrishika plus Isha, controller of senses. So that's one of the names of Krishna, Hrishikesha. So because he is the Lord and the controller of senses, only he can control our senses. So when we serve his senses, when we satisfy his senses, he will control our senses. So there is another beautiful shloka from Bhagavatam in the context of engaging our eyes in looking at the beautiful form of Krishna. This beautiful shloka from 10th canto. Praptam nishamya naralochana panapatram औत्सुक्यवेश्लधितकेशदुकूलबन्धाः सद्यो विसृज्य गृहकर्मपतिंश्च तल्पे द्रष्टुं ययुर्युवतयः स्मनरेन्द्रमार्गे. Upon hearing that he, Sri Krishna, the ultimate vessel of nectar for human eyes, had arrived, the young women became so eager that the knots of their hair and garments loosened. Immediately, abandoning their household duties and leaving their husbands in bed, they rushed to the royal road just to see him. So if you look at the first line, Naralochana Pana Patram. Lochana means eyes. Pana Patram means the vessel to drink something. Pana in Sanskrit means to drink. Patram, a vessel. It can be a glass or a cup. So Praptam Nishamya Naralochana Pana Patram. That means the gopis were drinking the nectar of the beauty of Sri Krishna. The eyes of the gopis were like the vessels to drink the nectar of the beauty of Krishna. Naralochana Pana Patram. So such is the beauty of Krishna's Rupa Madhuri. That no words can describe. No shloka, no poet, no amount of poetry can justify the beauty of Krishna's Rupa Madhuri. So if we engage our senses, especially our eyes, in looking at the beauty of Krishna, then we will not we will not be interested in looking at other things. So just like how we are trying to engage our senses in worshipping Krishna or engaging our senses in serving Krishna, as much as that is important, it is also important to not look at, to not engage our senses in other things. So both are needed, right? Pravritti and nivritti, both are needed. Pravritti is engaging our senses in worship of Krishna. Nivritti is withdrawing our senses from the external sense objects. So for that, there is another beautiful shloka in Mukunda-Mālā-Stotra. Okay, but before we go there, let's recite this shloka. प्राप्तं निशम्य नरलोचनपानपात्रम्
प्राप्तं
पात्रम्
औत्सुक्यविश्लधितकेशदुकूलबन्धाः
औत्सुक्यविस्मृतितकेशदुकूलबन्धाः
सद्यो विसृज्य गृहकर्मपतींश्च तल्पे
सद्यो विसृज्य गृहकर्मपतींश्च तल्पे
द्रष्टुं ययुर्युवतस्मनरेन्द्रमार्गे
द्रष्टुं ययुर्युवतयस्मरेन्द्रमार्गे.
So that means if somebody is attracted to the beauty of Krishna, then they will leave everything in the world. They will leave all their worldly attachments. They will leave all conditions, the social etiquette. They'll ignore everything. They'll ignore everything. They'll leave everything. The way to develop detachment from worldly things is to develop attachment to Krishna. And the best way to develop that attachment to Krishna is by developing attraction for Krishna's beauty. Because that is what we can see, right? See, for example, we can describe Krishna's Audaryam or Krishna's Karunyam, Krishna's Vatsalyam. When we hear that, definitely our heart melts and we feel great about hearing that. But do we see that? Do we see Krishna's? It's a subtle thing, right? There is no tangible thing for us to see. Whereas when you see a picture of Krishna, when you see deity of Krishna decorated beautifully, when you go to the temple and take darshan, so we have something to look at and fill our minds with that. That's why Krishna's beauty is the most powerful weapon. That's the most powerful weapon. If you meditate on Krishna's beauty, the Saundaryam, Rupa Madhuri, we can automatically develop detachment from the worldly things. Okay, so now we'll discuss two more shlokas from Mukunda-Mālā-Stotra, where Kulshekara Alvar continues to explain this theme of controlling senses. So now what we are going to discuss is, just like how it is important to engage our senses in serving Krishna, it is also important to withdraw our senses from external sense objects. So that is what we will see. So this is shloka number 24. Shloka number 24. Same theme, controlling senses. Okay. Ma draksham kshina punyan kshanamapi bhavato bhakti-hīnān padābje ma śrausam śrāvya-bandham tava caritam apāsyānyad-ākhyāna-jātam ma smārsham mādhava tvām api bhuvana-pate cetasāpahnuvānān ma bhūvam tvat-saparyā-vyatikara-rahito janma-janmāntare'pi. So what does this shloka say here? Let me not see even for a moment those who lack devotion to your lotus feet, whose spiritual merit is exhausted. Now we'll discuss the meaning of, we'll discuss and understand what exactly this line means. Let me not hear any stories other than the captivating tales of your pastimes. Let me not remember those who deny you, O Mādhava, Lord of the universe. May I never be without the service of your lotus feet. Lifetime after lifetime. Okay. So this is the principle of withdrawing our senses, just like how Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita 2nd chapter. There Krishna says, Kurmonganiva sarvashaha. Kurma means tortoise. Just like how tortoise withdraws the senses to protect itself from the external dangers. Similarly, we have to shut down our senses. We have to withdraw our senses from external sense objects to protect ourselves from the dangers. Because whatever sense object gives you happiness in the beginning, the same object will give you misery in the end. So this is the design of every object. Ehi samsparsha jabhoga dukkha yonaya evate adhyantavanta kaunteya nateshu ramate buddha. Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, 5th chapter. Ehi samsparsha jabhoga dukkha yonaya evate. Every object comes with, every object that gives you happiness also gives birth to distress. Whether it is a person, an object, whatever gives you happiness, eventually in the end it will give you distress. That's why it is better not to be engaged in sense objects. So let's look at the word for word meaning. So the first one is, let's recite the shloka, okay? I'll recite one line at a time and you repeat after me. Mādrakṣam kṣīna punyān kṣanamapi bhavato bhakti-hīnān padābje.
द्राक्षं क्षीणपुण्यान् क्षणमपि भवतो भक्तिहीनान् पदाब्जे
श्रौषं श्राव्य-bandham tava caritam-apāsyānyad-ākhyāna-jātam.
श्रौषं तव चरितमपास्यान्यधाख्यनाजातम्
स्मार्षं mādhava tvām api bhuvana-pate cetasāpahnuvānān.
स्मार्षं माधव त्वाम् अपि भुवनपते चेतसापह्नुवानान्
bhūvam tvat-saparyā-vyatikara-rahito janma-janmāntare'pi.
bhuvam tvat-saparyā-vyatikara-rahito janma-janmāntare'pi.
Yeah. So just like how in the Shastra we have the do's and don'ts. Yama, niyama. Yama are the don'ts. Niyama is the do's. Things that you can do and things that you should not do. So jihve kirtaya keshavam muraripu. What is that? Is that yama or niyama?
Niyama.
Niyama, to do.
That's niyama, to do. Things that we can do. And this shloka number 24 from Mukunda-Mālā-Stotra, it describes what are the things that we should not do. Yama. So mādrakṣam. Aksha means eyes. Mādrakṣam. So you see that syllable ma is repeated every time, right? In Sanskrit, ma means no, not, negation. Mādrakṣam, let me not see. Ma śrauṣam, let me not hear. Ma smārsham, let me not remember. Ma bhūvam, let me not live or let me not exist, let me not survive. Let me not survive without your service. Let me not remember anything other than you. Let me not hear anything other than Krishna Katha. Let me not see those people who are not devotees of you. Okay? Draksham, śrāvsham, smārsham, bhūvam. Draksham, to see. Śrausham, to hear. Smārsham, to remember. Bhūvam, to live. To exist, to live. Okay, so the four things are explained here. Draksham, what the eyes consume, and Śrausham, what the ears receive, Smārsham, what the mind remembers, Bhuvam, how the soul exists across time. So that's why these two are very equally important. Shloka number 20 and Shloka number 24, Yama, Niyama. Both are equally important. If we do only, if we only try to engage our senses in serving Krishna, for example, engaging our ears in hearing Krishna Katha. So let's say during the day, 1 hour or 2 hours, we hear Krishna Katha. And the rest of the day, other 8 hours or 10 hours, except the time that we are sleeping, the other 8 hours or so, if we are watching other things, or if we are hearing other things, if we are hearing politics, current affairs, sports, gossips, about stock market, about jewelry, about clothes, about so many other things, then that's not good. So we have to do both. We have to keep on hearing Krishna Katha. At the same time, we have to slowly and gradually stop hearing other things, stop hearing other topics. Because whatever we hear, that is what will become our thoughts. And whatever are our thoughts, that will be transformed into actions. And our actions will be transformed to our habits. Our habits will transform into our character, and our character will decide our destiny. So if we cultivate good qualities, if we cultivate good habits, then we will be elevated. We will progress upwards. If we cultivate bad qualities, then we will fall down. So madraksham kshina punyan. Kshina punyan means those who do not have any pious credits, who has not performed any bhakti. Madraksham kshina punyan. Let me not see those who do not have any spiritual merit, who has never done any bhakti, either in this lifetime or previous lifetimes. Because why Kulshekar Alvar is saying like this? Now this is a very this is a little extreme thing, right? Let me not see those people who are not Krishna Bhaktas. Why? Why is it so important not to see like this? See, now this principle is only applicable in the sadhana stage. In the advanced stage, a pure devotee will not make any distinction between a devotee, non-devotee, human being, animal. For him, for a pandit, everybody is equal. Pandita samadarshanaha. A pandit has an equal vision of everything and everybody. Whether enemy, friend, he considers everyone as equal. But this principle that Kulshekar Alvar is giving, it's only in the sadhana stage. That means, why the first one, madraksham kshina punyan. Let me not see those who do not have any bhakti for you, Krishna. That means simply by looking at them also, there can be some impact on our consciousness. There can be some impact on our consciousness. Just like how the words of a person have impact on our consciousness. Similarly, if we see a person or if we see an object, it impacts our consciousness. For example, if we watch some movie in the TV, and let's say there are some violent scenes. There's a killing, stabbing, guns, swords, bloodshed, those things. It has impact on our consciousness, right? It definitely has impact on our consciousness. Whether we realize it or not, it has some impact on our consciousness. Similarly, when we see a person who doesn't have bhakti, it has some impact on our consciousness. Now, how do we know this? How do we know this? I'll give you an example. See, when you see the Western people, right? For example, you go to downtown. There will be all kinds of people. Now, all of us, we have been to downtown many times. And when we see those people, it can be homeless people or it can be, wealthy people who are walking around the streets in the downtown. But we don't want to see them. We don't feel like seeing them actually. We feel some kind of agitation in our mind. But in the same downtown, let's say you see an Indian. Now we don't know whether that person is practicing bhakti or not, but Indian means it's a common sense, or it's a minimum. The minimum thing is that they have some bhakti. That's why they are born in India. A person will not be born in India just like that. Randomly, he will not be born in India. Only when they have some purva janma sukriti, only by performing some pious deeds in the previous lifetimes, they are born in India in this lifetime. That's why when you go to downtown, you see all of a sudden you see one Indian. You feel little happy. Why? Because they have some bhakti, they have some pious credits. Now this is the proof what Kulshekar Alvar is telling here. So we never understand it so deeply, right? See, the words, when we hear the words of another person, that's easy to understand. That how the words have impact on our consciousness. Because we can feel the reaction in our mind. If a person is speaking, pleasantly, then we feel happy in our mind. And if a person is speaking with high voice, we feel some agitation in our mind. We feel some disturbance in our mind. So this is straightforward. We can understand. The words we can understand very easily. But the vision, simply by looking at a person who doesn't have bhakti for Krishna, also has impact on our consciousness. That's why you see, when you see a well-dressed, traditionally dressed Indian lady, wearing nice bottu, and then some sindoor on the, on the head, wearing a sari. You feel, you get those devotional vibes. You get those devotional vibes. So that's why Kulshekhara Alvar is saying, Madraksham Kshina Punyan Shanamapi bhavato bhakti-hīnān padābje. So those who do not have bhakti to your lotus feet, those who never performed bhakti at your lotus feet, oh Krishna, I don't want to see them. In other words, what Kulshekhara Alvar is saying here is, I want to be associated with only devotees. See, when you want to associate with only devotees, then there is no point in seeing, there's no danger of seeing other people. You will not even go into other places. You will not even go to. You will not even see other kinds of people. That's why we should always spend time either at our home, or we should spend time in the temples. We should spend time at other devotees' homes, or we should go on a pilgrimage, just like how Vidura goes on a pilgrimage in Bhagavatam. We should go on a pilgrimage, do Tirtha Yatras, and see only devotees. Okay? So, will we be able to complete all the other 4 lines? Let's see. I think so. Yeah, we can. Another 5 minutes, we'll discuss this. So, Madraksham Kshina Punyan Kshanamapi Bhavato bhakti-hīnān padābje. So, this is clear, right? Everybody. Let me not see for a moment. Kshanam. Kshanamapi bhavato bhakti-hīnān padābje. Ma śrausham śrāvya-bandham tava caritam apāsyānyad-ākhyāna-jātam. Let me not hear any stories other than your katha. See, let's say you have, not you have, but everybody has. Everybody has puja mandir in the homes, right? Some people have a separate room for Bhagavan, and some people they have a small dedicated place in one corner of the room where they keep Bhagavan. Now that place is considered very sacred. It's a divine place, sacred place. Now, do we keep anything else there? No, right? We don't keep. Let's say you have a dedicated room for Bhagavan. Do we keep TV there? No, we don't keep TV there. We don't keep a treadmill in the puja mandir, because that place is exclusively dedicated for Bhagavan. Similarly, the ears that are engaged in hearing Krishna Katha, once they become sacred like this, how can we keep other objects? How can we let other topics enter into this place? Now this is just like keeping TV in the puja room. So once our ears become sacred by hearing Krishna Katha. Remember, we discussed in the past, as soon as you decide to hear Krishna Katha, what happens? What happens?
You feel good.
Oh, I thought somebody will say, you will feel sleepy. As soon as you decide to hear Krishna Katha, you will feel sleepy. No. As soon as yeah, Shamla, you are saying something.
We'll see Krishna.
As soon as we decide to hear Krishna Katha, Krishna will start entering into our hearts. Krishna will start entering into our hearts. Krishna also gets ready. So we get ready to hear Krishna Katha. Similarly, Krishna also gets ready to enter into our heart. And as we begin hearing Katha, then Krishna slowly enters through the holes of our ears. Karna vivarair. Rukmini Devi says, right? Shrutva gunan bhuvana sundara shrunvatam te nirvishya karna vivarair haratonga tapam. Krishna will enter through the holes of the ears and he will cool off our body. Now that place, now these ears have become like a puja mandir. So how can we let other topics enter through the holes of our ears? So ma śrausham śrāvya-bandham tava caritam apāsyānyad-ākhyāna-jātam. So this is like, those three monkeys. We see the picture of three monkeys, right? One monkey is closing the eyes, one monkey is closing the ears, other monkey is closing the mouth. Let me not see the evil, let me not speak evil, let me not hear evil. So we have to close our ears and not hear any other topics. I know it doesn't happen, on one day, right? It takes its own due course of time. So, ma śrausham śrāvya-bandham tava caritam apāsyānyad-ākhyāna-jātam. Ma smārsham mādhava tvām api bhuvana-pate cetasāpahnuvānān. Let me not remember those who deny you, O Mādhava, the Lord of the universe. Now this is related to the first one. What is the first one? Ma drāksham. Ma drāksham and ma smārsham. These two are related. Because ma drāksham is, I don't want to see those who are not devotees. That means I only want to see those who are devotees. So if you are seeing only devotees, then you will remember only devotees. So ma smārsham. Let me not remember those who deny you, O Mādhava, Lord of the universe. Ma bhūvam tvat-saparyā-vyatikara-rahito janma-janmāntare'pi. Janma-janmāntare'pi, lifetime after lifetime. In whatever form I exist, whether a human form or animal form or, or a jiva in Swargaloka, wherever I am, or even if I am in Patala-loka, wherever I am. Ma bhūvam tvat-saparyā. Saparyā means seva. Ma bhūvam tvat-saparyā-vyatikara-rahito. Swaparya-vyatikara. That means without seva, without svaparya. Saparya, not svaparya, saparya. I don't want to live without serving you. Saparyā-vyatikara-rahito. Bhakti-hīnān padābje. No, not that one. Bhūvam tvat-saparyā-vyatikara-rahito janma-janmāntare'pi. Now here is a nice picture of different lifetimes in different species. You see, it's going in a circular fashion like this. You see, different species. There is a reptile, there is a aquatic, there is a human form, there is an insect, animal, different lifetimes. So whichever lifetime, whichever form I am in different lifetimes, let me always do some service to you. Draksham, śrausam, smārsham, bhūvam. Draksham is sight, śrausam is hearing, smārsham is mind, bhūvam is existence, living. Okay? So we have to practice these two. Shloka number 20 and Shloka number 24. These two are equally important. Pravritti, nivritti, yama, niyama. The do's and don'ts. Both. Okay. So any questions, comments, reflections?
Reflections, Prabhuji. I'm remembering Lavanya Mataji's class last week. In one class, we are discussing right now about Sundarkanda, and she was talking about Sita Mata when she was in Lanka. So she said that Sita Mata focused everything, all her energy towards thinking about Rama. She was not fearful, she was not scared, she didn't have any problem. She was only in Shoka. And that's why she was in Ashoka one. She was only in Shoka. Her mind was focused to, all her senses were engaged in remembrance of Rama. And that's how her heart became Ayodhya. And then Rama came and took her like that she told. So remembering that.
Yeah, so simply absorbed. She was simply absorbed in the thoughts of Rama. Actually, in Ramayana, one time, I don't remember who asks, but somebody asks Ramachandra that Rama, you love Sita so much. So how could you? Because Rama, when he was searching for Sitamma in the forest, he was asking every single person. He was asking every small tree. He was asking every rock. He was asking every animal, have you seen my Sita? Have you seen my Sita? So like that, he was asking like a mad person. So later on, when Sitamma was rescued by Ramachandra after killing Ravanasura, and Ramasita comes back to Ayodhya, somebody asks Ramachandra that how, you love Sitamma so much, so how could you live without her? Then Ramachandra says, even though we were physically separated, but we were never separated mentally. I was always thinking about Sita. Sita was always thinking about me. So in thoughts, we are always together. That's why we could survive. So that's why we have to fill our minds with the thoughts of Krishna. And that is possible only when we hear Krishna Katha. When we hear more and more, our minds will be filled with Krishna's topics.
During sadhana time, we have to take care of all these things. No, once, but reaching that stage, like Pandita Samadarshi, it's not possible very easily. So throughout our lifetime, we have to maintain this one. No, why means it's very difficult to reach that stage, at least for us in this janma. So
Yeah.
definitely we have to maintain all these throughout our life. So, so of course, intentionally we will not interested to associate with people who are not devotees or who are, but sometimes it comes. I mean, some situations will come, no, to interact with them, or so in that time, how to control our senses.
Mataji,
Intentional.
reading my mind, Mataji.
Huh?
I have been thinking the same thing, but I did not speak because
So your
recently we
question
read
is
that. Yeah.
when there are difficult situations, how to control our senses?
Complete గా it is not possible to avoid కదా ప్రభుజీ. అంటే కొన్ని సిచ్యువేషన్స్ లో డెఫినెట్ గా ఇంటరాక్ట్ అవ్వాల్సి ఉంటుంది, లేదా అంటే అదర్ థింగ్స్ కూడా వినాల్సి వస్తుంది. ఈవెన్ వీఆర్ నాట్ ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్, బట్ సమ్ టైమ్స్ ఎందుకంటే ఇంకా ఆ స్టేజ్ కి రాలేదు కాబట్టి డెఫినెట్ గా సమదృష్టితో చూసే అంత రాదు, ఉండేది కదా కెపాసిటీ. అలా అని చెప్పి అవాయిడ్ చేయలేం కదా ప్రభుజీ ఆల్ ద సిచ్యువేషన్స్. అలాంటి సిచ్యువేషన్స్ వచ్చినప్పుడు హౌ టు కంట్రోల్, హౌ టు అలాంటి సిచ్యువేషన్స్ కావాలని వెళ్ళకపోయినా వెళ్ళాల్సి వచ్చి వెళ్ళినప్పుడు డివేట్ అయిపోతున్నాం తెలియకుండానే. ఆ కృష్ణ కథ వింటూ ఆ మూడ్ లో ఉన్న వాళ్ళము డిస్టర్బ్ అయిపోతున్నాం. అగైన్ ఇట్ టేక్స్ సో మచ్ టైమ్, ఆర్ అగైన్ మళ్ళీ వింటే తప్ప రాలేకపోతున్నాం. సమ్ టైమ్స్ ఎలా మేనేజ్ చేయాలి ప్రభుజీ అది?
So see, we are living in a society that is filled with different kinds of people, and majority of them are not practicing bhakti. And within the family, we see there are different kinds of people. Within our friend circle, we have different kinds of people. And when we are working in an office, there are different kinds of people. So definitely, if after reading this Sloka from Mukunda-Mālā-Stotra, and tomorrow when Shamala goes to office, she ties a ribbon on her eyes in the office. And everybody asks, "Oh, why are you tying a ribbon on your eyes?" Then she says, "Oh, this Prabhuji, he taught this shloka yesterday. Drāksham kshīna punyan kshanamapi bhavato bhakti-hīnān padābje." He told not to see anybody who is not practicing bhakti. And they will say, "Okay, Shamala, you stay at home. Don't come to office." Right? So that's not practical. We cannot do like that. We cannot avoid seeing people. We cannot avoid hearing different topics. We cannot avoid all these things. But one thing that we can do. What is that? In our mind, we can be absorbed in Krishna. Externally, you may feel like you are giving your ear to the topics of cricket or to the topics of movie or anything, but internally you are thinking about Krishna. You're remembering some Leela of Krishna. You're remembering the form of Krishna. So your mind is engaged. Externally, your senses are, without a choice. You don't have a choice, but you have to hear. Let's say your husband is telling something. You have to hear, right? You cannot say when your husband is talking about something, you cannot say, Ma shrausam śrāvya-bandham tava caritam apāsyānyad-ākhyāna-jātam. You cannot stand like Durga Devi like this and you cannot say that. But you just hear. For the sake of hearing, you hear. But don't meditate on that. Don't dwell on it. Don't contemplate on it. అంటే దాని గురించి ఎక్కువ ఆలోచించవద్దు. ఇలా వినడం ఫార్మాలిటీకి ఏదో వినేసి అంతే వదిలేయాలి అంతే అక్కడ.
హస్బెండ్ మాట అయినా అంతేనా ప్రభుజీ? అండర్లైన్
చేసేది అదే కదా
ప్రభుజీ, మేమంతా పతివ్రతలు.
ఈ చెవితో వింటారు, ఆ చెవితో వదిలేస్తారు. సో ఆ టెక్నిక్ ఇక్కడ వాడండి. ఆ టెక్నిక్ ఇక్కడ వాడండి.
అంటే ఇట్లాంటి అంటే కొన్ని అట్లాంటి పాజిటివ్ థింగ్స్ ఆర్ కొన్ని థింగ్స్ ఓకే ప్రభుజీ, కొన్ని లైక్ నెగిటివ్ థింగ్స్ వింటాం కదా ప్రభుజీ, లైక్ సమ్ యాక్సిడెంట్స్, డేంజర్స్, సంథింగ్ అలా అన్నప్పుడు వెంటనే ఆ స్ట్రాంగ్నెస్ రావట్లేదు ప్రభుజీ మాకు. అంటే వెంటనే ఇంపాక్ట్ అయిపోతున్నాం. సో మేబీ ఇంకా స్ట్రాంగ్ గా వినాలి కృష్ణ కథలు, బాగా మైండ్ లో బాగా గుర్తు పెట్టుకుంటే మేబీ ఏమో. బట్ అట్ ది స్టేజ్ కొంచెం స్ట్రగుల్ అవుతున్నాం ప్రభుజీ. అటు ఇటే కంప్లీట్ గా ఉండలేక, అటు వదిలేయలేక అట్లా స్ట్రగుల్ అయితే. ఐ మీన్ అబౌట్ మీ ఐఎమ్ టెల్లింగ్.
స్ట్రగుల్, we should not struggle. అంటే see, there'll be challenges, and it's that the progress in bhakti is gradual. Slowly and steadily we will win the race. So it's a slow and gradual thing. So when we are progressing, when we are making an effort, when you are doing this sadhana, bhakti sadhana, we should not take stress. Just like when you are working in the office, there's always a stress that, oh, will I be able to complete this on time? Will I be able to meet the deadline? There's always a stress. So we should not take stress like that in bhakti, but whatever we are doing, enjoy the process. For example, this 1.5 hour we are hearing Krishna Katha. Just enjoy this. Don't worry about other things.
Ananda Samudra Magna.
Ananda Samudra Magna. Yeah.
ఈ 1.5 hour కి మాత్రం నో డౌట్ ప్రభుజీ, వీఆర్. కాకపోతే వన్స్ ఇక్కడ కంప్లీట్ అయ్యి మళ్ళీ మెటీరియల్ థింగ్స్ లోకి అట్లా వెళ్ళినప్పుడు ఎక్కడో ఇంకా స్ట్రాంగ్నెస్ రావాలి బాగా అనిపిస్తుంది.
Material life also we have to. There is bhoga and tyaga. రెండు ఉండాలి. Bhoga, tyaga rendu. If we practice only tyaga, see, first of all, it is not possible. It is not possible to do only tyaga. And if somebody is practicing that way, it is dangerous. So we have to do both, bhoga and tyaga, both. Until we come to a stage where we can go beyond bhoga and tyaga. Where bhakti is the only bhakti and prema, like gopis. Only bhakti is the goal. Until we reach that stage, we have to do both bhoga and tyaga. We have to balance between bhoga and tyaga. Material life and spiritual life, both.
ఆ బ్యాలెన్సింగ్ కొంచెం ఇంకా తెలియట్లేదు. అంటే అఫ్ కోర్స్ డెఫినెట్ గా బిఫోర్ అటెండింగ్ దీస్ క్లాసెస్, నౌ డెఫినెట్లీ వీ కెన్ సే ఇంప్రూవ్మెంట్ ఈస్ దేర్. బట్ స్టిల్ వీ నీడ్ మోర్ అని అనిపిస్తుంది.
ఎస్. సో
అంటే కృష్ణ మమ్మల్ని బాగా టెస్ట్ చేస్తారు ప్రభుజీ. మేము ఎంత వరకు స్ట్రాంగ్ అవుతామో ఆ నెక్స్ట్ పాయింట్ కి తీసుకెళ్ళి ఇంకొంచెం స్ట్రాంగ్ చేయాలని బాగా టెస్ట్లు జరుగుతుంటాయి కదా. సో అలాంటప్పుడు కొంచెం
సో టెస్ట్లు వస్తున్నాయంటే ఇంకా మనం ప్రోగ్రెస్ అవుతున్నట్టు. ఇప్పుడు ఒక స్పోర్ట్స్ మ్యాన్, అథ్లీట్, ఇనిషియల్లీ ద అమౌంట్ ఆఫ్ ఎక్సర్సైజెస్ that a athlete or sportsman has to do is minimal, but as they are progressing, as they are becoming an expert, they have to do more rigorous, more intense practice. So that is what Krishna does to us. If Krishna is giving a difficult situation in our life, that means it's a test. He's preparing us for progress.
అందుకే భయం వేస్తుంది.
ఇంకా భయం ఉండదు అప్పుడు. భయం ఉన్నా కూడా భయం ఉంటది, కానీ ప్రొటెక్షన్ ఉందనే ఆ నమ్మకం కూడా
ఆ ధైర్యం. అదైతే ఐ అగ్రీ ప్రభుజీ. భయం ఉంది, బట్ అట్ ది సేమ్ టైం
భయం ఉంటది, ప్రొటెక్షన్ ఉంది అనే నమ్మకం కూడా ఉంటది. Ankita, you wanted to ask something?
No, I wanted to add something. I wanted to add something, Prabhuji, what you were discussing.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was saying that Mataji was reading my mind. Actually, today when you started the class with the sentence that we should not see non-devotees, there only my question arises in my mind, because we are supposed to be samdarshita. So how this is going to be applicable? And that was the question from the beginning in my mind, and Mataji did bring it forward. But I already got the answer when you were explaining that. So we cannot be differentiating, but we have to focus our eyes to devotees. Only then is Krishna consciousness. So that's what I understood. And then I also thought of another example which somebody told me about Prabhupada. He was samdarshi, right? He came to America and he trained hippies. If he have differentiated at that time,
correct,
they would not have been able to become devotees. So it's like we have to associate to them, but to help them, but not associate to them. But we have to associate to, so we have to be equal to all, but associate only to Krishna conscious person.
Associate with only devotees.
Is it two-way or one-way, Prabhuji? అంటే సెన్స్ కంట్రోల్ అయితేనే కృష్ణ కాన్షియస్నెస్ వస్తుంది, కృష్ణ కాన్షియస్లోకి వెళ్తేనే సెన్సెస్ కంట్రోల్ చేసుకోగలుగుతాం. ఈజ్ ఇట్ దట్ వే ఆర్ హ్యావింగ్ కృష్ణ కాన్షియస్నెస్ ఉంటే మనకి సెన్సెస్ కంట్రోల్ అవుతాయా? సెన్సెస్ కంట్రోల్ అయితేనే కృష్ణ కాన్షియస్నెస్ లోకి వెళ్తాము?
రెండు, యమ నియమ రెండు. కృష్ణ కాన్షియస్ అంటే శ్లోక నంబర్ 20, జిహ్వే కీర్తయ కేశవం మురరీపం.
అంటే అవి చెయ్యాలి అంటే ఇప్పుడు మన సెన్సెస్ నంతా అట్లా కృష్ణ సర్వీస్ లో ఎంగేజ్ చేయాలి అంటే కృష్ణ అది మన వల్ల కాదు, అది కృష్ణ హెల్ప్ చేస్తేనే అవుతుంది అంటున్నారు కదా. సో ఇవి కంట్రోల్ అవ్వాలంటే కృష్ణ కాన్షియస్నెస్ ఉండాలి. కృష్ణ కాన్షియస్నెస్ లోకి వెళ్తే తప్ప ఇవి కంట్రోల్ అవ్వవు.
అంటే ఎంగేజింగ్ అవర్ సెన్సెస్ ఇన్ కృష్ణ, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ engaging our eyes in seeing the form of Krishna. There are two stages, right? One is as a formality you are engaging your senses in seeing the form of Krishna. Another stage is you are actually engaging your senses to see the beauty of Krishna. So fake it until you make it. Initially you don't have that bhava. You don't have feelings and emotions when you are seeing Krishna. The deity form of Krishna. That means formality, ఏదో ఫార్మాలిటీకి చూస్తున్నామంటే చూస్తున్నాం అంతే, అదొక స్టేజ్. నెక్స్ట్ స్టేజ్ ఏంటి? చూస్తున్నప్పుడు, స్వామివారిని చూస్తున్నప్పుడు మనకు ఆ ఫీలింగ్స్, ఎమోషన్స్ కలగాలి. అది యాక్చువల్ గా చూడడం అంటే అది.
For that, we need to hear Krishna Kada, more Krishna Kada, to
Yes.
get that feel.
Yeah. So when you are seeing Lord Venkateshwara, now you need to know why Lord Venkateshwara has that karpuram on his chin. And you need to know when you see Lord Venkateshwara's deity, you need to know why he has that that
No.
small thing on his eyes. Like that, everything. What is the Kaustubhamani? What is Srivatsa? Everything. When we know all these details, then there will be some, that is actual seeing. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. So I'll suggest one thing for everybody. Okay. Next time when you come to Samamish temple, or I don't know if it is there in Bellevue temple, Linwood temple, I don't think so, but I can bring some books. There are two books especially. Jagannath, the book is itself is titled as Jagannatha. Another book is Radharani. There are beautiful one-page stories. When I went to Portland, right, last week, whole of last week, I was in Portland to attend some classes, Hariparsha Prabhu's classes. So I was staying at some devotee's home there. So I wanted to take some gift from Seattle to Portland. So I took these two books, Jagannatha and Radharani book. It has beautiful one page, which you can read in like literally 1 minute. You can read the story. Short stories. You read it, you remember it, and you discuss with somebody. You can tell to your children like a story. Like when you are cooking and when they are standing in the kitchen with you, you tell that story to them. These are all like one-line stories, 1 minute, 2 minute stories. So like that, when you keep on listening to or reading these small stories, you will develop a habit of getting absorbed. This habit of absorption, developing this habit of absorption is very important. So then you don't want to hear anything, you don't want to listen anything, you don't want to remember anything, you don't want to speak anything else. Right now, we are doing all those things. We are speaking all kinds of topics. We are hearing all kinds of topics. Why? Because we don't know stories. We don't know stories. When we know stories, then we will speak, we will hear Krishna stories only. So this is the technique, practical technique. So Sunday when I come to the class to Linwood and also to Bellevue, I'll bring some of these books. So you can take a look at those.
Yeah, sure. హరివిలాస్ ప్రభుజీ అంటే మొన్న ఇక్కడికి వచ్చిన ప్రభుజీ, మొన్న ఇక్కడ వచ్చారు.
Harivilas Prabhu, Hari Parshad Prabhu. Hari Parshad Prabhu, ఇక్కడికి వచ్చారు కదా 2 days మొన్న.
ఇందాకే మీరు గోపికలందరూ ఐ మీన్ వాళ్ళ ఫ్యామిలీస్ ని వదిలేసి వెళ్ళిపోయే వాళ్ళు కృష్ణ ఫ్లూట్ వాయిస్తున్నప్పుడు ఆ ప్రభుజీ చెప్పిన పాయింటే గుర్తొచ్చింది ప్రభుజీ. అలా వెళ్ళిపోవడం ధర్మం కాదు కదా, మరి ఎలా అది కరెక్ట్ అని అడిగినప్పుడు ఆ ప్రభుజీ ఆన్సర్ చేశారు, ధర్మం సృష్టించిందే కృష్ణ కాబట్టి వాళ్ళ ధర్మం అలా రావడం అధర్మం అయినా వాళ్ళకి ఆ అధర్మం అనేది అంటకుండా కృష్ణ విల్ టేక్ కేర్ ఆఫ్ దెమ్ అని చెప్తూ ఉన్నారు.
Correct.
అలా ఆ పాయింట్ విన్నప్పుడు మాకెప్పుడు ఎలా అనిపించిందంటే కొన్నిసార్లు మేము కొన్ని నెగ్లెక్ట్ చేసేసి ఇట్లా వచ్చేస్తుంటాం కదా క్లాసెస్ కి. అది కొంచెం గిల్ట్ గా ఫీల్ అయ్యేవాళ్ళం. ఆ పాయింట్ విన్నప్పుడు ఓకే ఓకే కృష్ణ విల్ టేక్ కేర్. మేము ఒకవేళ ధర్మం అలా పాటించకపోయి ఇట్లా వచ్చేసిన హీ విల్ టేక్ కేర్ అనే ఫీల్ వచ్చింది అప్పుడు ఆ ప్రభుజీ చెప్తుంటే.
Yeah, actually Krishna was praying. Krishna was praying that సో వాళ్ళకి ఈ అధర్మం ఏది అంటకుండా ఉండేలా చూడమని కృష్ణుడు ప్రే చేశాడు అనమాట.
ఆ సెంటెన్స్ వినగానే ఎక్కడ ఎనర్జీగా ఫీల్ అయ్యాం. ఓకే ఓకే మాకేం అధర్మం అంటారు. అఫ్ కోర్స్ వీఆర్ నాట్ గోపీస్ బట్ వి ఫెల్ట్ అంటే కృష్ణ విల్ టేక్ కేర్ ఆఫ్ హిస్ డివోటీస్ అని అనిపించింది.
యా, అది ప్రాక్టికల్ యూనో డే టు డే లైఫ్ లో యూజ్ అయ్యే ప్రాక్టికల్ టిప్.
అవును, అంటే సో మెనీ టైమ్స్ కొంచెం కొన్ని నెగ్లెక్ట్ చేయాల్సి వస్తుంటది కదా, అలాంటప్పుడు ఎక్కడ గిల్ట్ ఫీల్ అవుతూ ఉంటాం కదా, అప్పుడు ఈ పాయింట్ బాగానే అనిపించింది.
యా,
అది ఒకటి. వేణు చెప్పారు కదా, వేణు మాధుర్యం, అప్పుడు కూడా ఫ్లూట్ గురించి చెప్పడం అది కూడా గుర్తొచ్చు.
ఓకే. మంగళం కౌసలేంద్రాయ మహనీయ గుణాత్మనే చక్రవర్తి తనూజాయ సార్వభౌమాయ మంగళం. ముకుందమాల స్తోత్రకి జయ. శ్రీ కులశేఖర ఆళ్వార్కి జయ. శ్రీకృష్ణ కథామృతం కి జయ. Thank you everyone for joining.
One question I forgot to ask. Did you meet in Portland? Did you meet Prabhuji Sudama Sakha, Sudama Pran Das? Sudama Pran Sakha Das.
No, I did not meet. Who is that Prabhuji?
He is the main pujari there, Prabhuji. That's what he told me.
Oh, the main pujari. Okay, I saw him, but I did not talk to him.
Okay. He was a Bengali, right? I think.
Yes. He's very young.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wears glasses. Yeah, he's tall.
Yeah. He didn't meet him. Okay.
Yeah, I saw him, but I did not talk to him. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you very much for the class.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Yeah.